It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Open man right side. That's McConkey. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Now a give right side. Hampton, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and he is going to have the Chargers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. On first down, Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Pass incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Touchdown, Chargers! From 8 yards out. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action, now it's Daniels. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off the play fake, Daniels. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now Daniels. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. To throw is Daniels. And this is caught. It's Brown. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton, and he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Herbert. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This one into the hands of Harris on the crossing route. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now, that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously, no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Daniels looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Here's 3rd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Throwing now is Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Over the middle, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. He gets it complete to Harris. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Daniels. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's Samuel, caught left side. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Now Daniels. And this is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll run on first down. Hampton, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Washington offense going back to work. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
To throw is Daniels. And it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels eluding the pressure right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and 8. Back to throw. Daniels. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a 1-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Looking to throw. Daniels got a man. It's Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 33. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and a couple. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. This is 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
In motion goes the tight end. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Back to throw here, Herbert. It's brought in by Harris. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here is 3rd and 5. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing now is Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Daniels looking to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Ertz over the middle. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Robinson on a give right side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To the air goes Daniels. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Gay's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Chargers offense back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now it's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First carry for Najee Harris. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Chargers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
This will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now Daniels. This will be caught once again by Brown. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's Daniels. And his throw is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Daniels. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels, 26 yards. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now this one finds McConkey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. Finds Johnston. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Hampton. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And a Washington offense heading out. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun. Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
To the air goes Daniels. And that's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Now Washington down 24-21. A little over 80 ticks to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Brown. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Daniel's going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.